Hey, I hope you're doing well. I hope whatever adversity is currently on your shoulders, I hope that the weight gets lighter over time. Maybe it is going to get even heavier in the next couple days, weeks, even months, but over time, the long run, I hope it gets better. I know that sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes that weight can be even terminal, but whatever happens, whatever destiny may have for you, I know you'll try your best. You always have, even through your own limitations. You've tried, and you worked hard, and you deserve a peaceful life. You do deserve that. But we don't always get what we deserve. And that's okay. Because you will do your best to make it okay. I believe in you. I really do. You have gone so far from where you started that the tattoos on your back still reflect your history to this day. The tattoo on your shoulder still reflects on the weight you put on. And the tattoo on your leg still reflects the reasons you continue to move forward. And now, in this moment in time, in 2024, you have another opportunity to reflect and become better. And I want to tell you, I am very proud. I'm proud of who I am. But that doesn't mean I can't point out that I can be so much better. I know losing love is hard. It hurts. Especially when the end, you still had that love while your partner didn't anymore. And without going into personal details about everything, I know you feel hurt that in the end, the person that broke up with you wasn't the same person that you fell in love with. And you feel robbed of the opportunity to save what you had. But destiny is a weird thing. Fate is a weird thing. You could say that love was doomed from the start. But you had one hell of a run for almost 3 years. You two shared a beautiful bond, and everybody that saw you together knew that. It was an amazing love story. An amazing love story. That, from anyone from the outside looking in, could recognize it was doomed from the start. But you two somehow made it through. Yeah, you two just did an amazing job at being people, at recognizing each other, respecting each other, and building off of each other. You two should be commended, are commended for how beautiful that love really was. And even though it's gone, and in its wake, I fell from such a far height. I was able to catch myself, and my other loved ones were there to help push me and propel me to build forward in such a small period of time. To be able to get over that heartbreak without replacing her is an amazing thing. And I am proud that I've made it. I hope that she has peace moving forward. She deserves it. She was as honest as she could be. And it hurts to see her even now. I can't control that. The feeling, I can't. However, I can control what I do about how I feel. And my actions are what matters. And I want to act on the pain in a way that is productive and in a way that shows my respect for the history that I had with her, because I've become a better man from this relationship. I have no doubts. I have become a better loved one. There are still many opportunities to improve, but I gotta hand it to myself. I'm doing good. The future looks good. And I need to put in that effort to continue that trajectory upwards. Because in reflecting from the last time I made a video for myself, I was going up, and then I plateaued, and then I fell in my own progression. And I felt that. And that was also a sign of depression and anxiety and not knowing where to start. And I did more thinking than doing. I was lost in my own thought. And I can honestly say it's because I was never so comfortable. I was that loved and attended to that I was too comfortable. I didn't realize what it means to be able to handle success until now. Success isn't always money or status. Sometimes success is really just having a beautiful love life, a beautiful relationship, and still having that drive and desire to improve oneself. That weird cliche that you get fatter as you get more love in your life, especially with your significant other. It appears to be true. But I should recognize, and I do recognize, that it is solely up to me to make it true, and I don't want that to be reality. I want to have this desire to grow and improve for the rest of my life. And I want to face the stagnation head on instead of just contemplating. I want to act. My career now is good, but I want to be better. I want to expand my education. I feel like I was fully committed to the future I had with my former partner, that it was necessary for me to just commit and not focus on education, because that would slow down the timeline that we had for each other. I, in some ways, have the freedom to choose my own path in a multitude of directions. The reason why I say I have some ways of freedom is I've always had the choice, but I locked myself into going a certain direction because I believed in that direction, and it deserved that belief. It really did. But now things are different. I want to thank my family and my loved ones for the support in this time, and I am alone in this apartment, and yet I do not feel alone. I've been doing a lot of activities by myself, that normal social activities, like going out to live shows and festivals, to checking out a bar that I've never been to going to even a club. And I was alone, yet I felt welcome in the space. I felt far from alone, despite that. I think that's something that really plays into mental health. It's one thing to be alone. It's another thing to be surrounded by people and feel alone. I think that's what really leads to a rapid deterioration of a person's psyche and mental health. Something I try to keep in mind with my patients is, if my patient's with it, I want to make them feel as if they have someone who has their back. I mean, that makes me feel proud when family or the patient tell me, like, thank you. I appreciate what you do, and I feel better that you're here. Yeah, that means a lot. It really does. I wonder what the future has for me. I know that I am physically getting healthier than putting in that work. But at the same time, my career is currently at the same spot, and I don't want it to be. I don't think I want to be a bedside nurse all my life. I want to do something different. I need to weigh that decision and act on it soon. Not because of a certain deadline, but because the sooner I do it, the better. I just have to make sure my commitment is there and I understand why I'm doing it. I think that is something that helped me throughout this grieving process of losing the love of my life, is I understood why I'm grieving, and I understand why I'm moving forward. I don't fully understand why she left me, but I can fill in the blanks because I know her like the back of my hand at the time. And I'm glad I could recognize that it really can be just lifestyle. She wanted to live a different lifestyle than I wanted to be in, and she wanted me to be free from that. And she wanted to be free to do and act on that lifestyle. I really did love her. With all my heart. She deserved it. I deserved the love that she gave me, and she did love me. I can see now that she is a different person, and I respect that. And that is one of the main reasons why I'm able to move on, is that feeling that the person that she is now isn't the same person that I fell in love with. I should really stop going into detail about this now in this archive. This is something that should be said in person. But in the end of the day, this is for me. This is for you, future me. You are on one hell of a ride right now. You've overcome a lot of bad things. Let's call it that. There certainly are people who have experienced more negative things in their lives than you, yes. But I will say, you have gone through a gauntlet of adversity, and you should be proud of the man you are right now. And I hope you continue to be proud of the man you are when you listen to this. You are going into being in the 30s very soon. Not that soon, but very soon. I wonder how that decade is going to be like. This decade, I could say, has been quite a journey. You said to yourself one time, I want to die smiling, knowing that I tried my best. And you did achieve that early on in your early 20s. And you also recognized early on that that may change. Whoops. Very quickly. This mic filter is kind of bootleg. You also recognize that that could change. And you won't have that feeling of satisfaction as you did before. However, it's still the case. You really did try your best, even with your regression. You were trying your best. Sometimes your best wasn't good enough. And I'm not alluding to the end of your relationship, but I'm more alluding to your own progression of fulfillment. But you always tried. Just know that you can try a little bit harder and more efficient and more effective, and that is good. That will always be good. You will always continue to live your life with a goal that you can be more satisfied with your life on your deathbed. If you die tomorrow, or you're on your deathbed right now, know that you really did try your best. That you became a better brother, a better son, a better friend, a better loved one. Now, the goal is to become a great brother, a great son, a great loved one, a great lover. That's your goal. Continue to build. There is a saying on your old room that you put down when you were a teenager, that you wanted to become the greatest that your family will ever see. And And that makes me proud to see that message still on that door, because you put that on a permanent marker. I love that for you, for us. That even at a young age, you recognized that you wanted it. Now, what makes greatness? It's not going to be the amount of people that respect you. It's about who thinks you're great. And that circles back to who are the people that you love the most. Those are the people that matter in measurement of greatness. Never forget that. Never forget the people that matter the most. People always matter to some extent, but the high echelon, I think that's the right word to use. The most important people, never forget them. Nostalgia is such a bitch. Just give a timeline on things. Your ex dumped you almost 2 months, a month and a half ago. So anytime I have like these nostalgia trips about the love I lost, it just like hits me like a truck, and then I get whiplash back into reality. But at least I don't freeze too long. Especially at work, I don't freeze at all. I just like focus, dial in. That to me is like a very interesting dynamic in life right now. It makes me think like, did I really get over her? Arguably no, but also like, yeah, you did. There's no animosity there. It's just grieving. It's just recognizing loss and the valuable things that I had that I don't have anymore. You know, those years with her were the happiest years of my life so far, and it's okay to grieve. I remember when I was at that festival, just lost in my head for the time where I was just waiting for the next set and thinking about her and how I can properly let her go, because I was able to move on from her in my physical life. I was forced to kind of bury the relationship so quickly, because if I didn't, I would have been broken, and I refused to let it break me. So I didn't give myself the chance to properly grieve until that festival, and in that music set I grieved, but I didn't cry, and it was an amazing feeling to be able to bury it, that love I lost, properly. But I still will grieve, and that's okay. It's not holding me back. It's living life. I just went on to a tangent. I don't remember what I was really talking about. I believe it was about loved ones. But yeah, love is an interesting dynamic of life, and it's necessary. Some people, they have their love. They like love someone, but they don't love themselves. I think those moments are like for children. Like, man, I see a lot of people that love their children, but they don't love themselves. And that's such I guess, a sacrifice. I don't know. I love me. I love us. Future me. I think that self-love is important for the next person. That, like, I need to continue to love myself. And I would really want that next person to love themselves as well. Yeah. Sitting in this room and talking now for 25 minutes, I just could go on and on and on, but now is the time to just conclude in this reflection, because I can't sit here and talk all night. I have to do self-care. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. You can be better, but that doesn't mean you're not doing good. You are. You have been. You're getting there. You're becoming great. And I bet that you may not feel like you're great right now, but the people that matter to you probably think you're great. And if they tell you that you're great, allow them that. Allow them that. Allow them to tell you that they're great, that you're great, and they're great too. Never lose sight of your communication skills. Always be conscientious about what you say to people when you're telling the truth, and always be considerate of them. The people that matter, even the strangers. I know it's hard. I know it's taxing, but you have worked out that muscle, that emotional intelligence over these years. So now you're better at just approaching people and treating them the way that you would really want to be treated. And when you're tired, that's okay. Rest. But continue to build. Your legacy is already a pretty damn good legacy, man. I can't wait to find out what next. This is the beginning of a new chapter of our lives. I mean, of my life. I'm excited. And I'm terrified. But it's not about how I feel. It's about what I do on how I feel. That matters. Take care. Thank you.